sorry, I
Willie,
was
we are not getting anything from your end, Willie.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you all to another edition of my Lutheran Connections. On this first Sunday of Advent, today with us in studio we have brother Reverend Ped Nazo. He is the director of the Lutheran Youth Fellowship of the Lutheran Church in Liberia. We also have brother George Y. Mulbah Jr. He is the current president of the National Lutheran Youth Fellowship of the Lutheran Church in Liberia. And also we have our sister, Sister Nellie Beyan-Olabige. She is from the group Friends of the LYF in the diaspora. And with me today again, I have your humble servant, my co-host, our brother Abel Leawilly. Brother Leawilly, how are you doing? And welcome to our guest.
Well, I'm good. I'm pretty well, and I hope we have a very beautiful discussions tonight with our young people, along with their director. And I'm glad to see Sis Nellie Beyan joining us tonight. I'm good.
Wonderful, wonderful. For our viewing audience, we just want to inform you that we are going live on Facebook. We are going live also on YouTube. On YouTube, you can find us on My Lutheran Connections on YouTube. On Twitter, My Lutheran Connections on Twitter. And on Facebook, you can find us on Friends of LYF and also My Lutheran Connections on Facebook. Again, we just want to say thank you very much for joining us. And we just want to make this, set this clarification and make this appeal to the public that our brother George Mulbah at the last minute, he had a problem with his camera, so we're only going to be getting audio. But how be it, we're all set to have a wonderful and great discussion. So I'm going to go over to my brother Abel Lewilly from our studios there in Painesville Red Light, and he's going to be taking over from here.
Thank you very much, Willie. Thank you, everyone. Sis Nellie, you are welcome to this platform. You are welcome again, Reverend Ped Nazo and Josh Mulbah as president. As we said earlier today, we'll be discussing about the upcoming Lutheran Youth Christmas Camp. There's just so much that you guys are currently planning. I know there's so much work going on there currently at the level of the LYF, especially in preparation of the upcoming Christmas camp. So basically, you will be telling us today about the activities that you have lined up for that camp. I understand the camp will be somewhere around December 26th, right after Christmas, up to January during the New Year. And we want you to outline to us what are those activities that you have already set up, and what are the challenges? How many persons are we expecting at camp this year? What are the challenges? Challenges in terms of training, challenges in terms of money, in terms of materials and resources. I know these are challenges usually we face when we go to camp. So Josh, you guys will be telling us about all of these things. And then lastly, you also be telling us about the progress that is that been made at Kenkepi in terms of constructions of that campus. I was on the campus, I was so impressed. So basically, those are the things that you will be talking about tonight. So to start the ball rolling, I see that Per is having problem with his connections. Josh, are you there? Josh? Okay, we need to add Per. Okay. Per is gradually coming in. Is that Josh? Well, I understand Josh. Josh is facing problem.
I'm right here. Hello?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
wonderful. Yeah, okay, wonderful. So I think Per, you got a couple of the things I was saying, right? We want you
Yeah,
to
I just
you
went
guys
offline. I just went offline too. I just went offline.
Okay, we want you guys to give us the lineup, the outline of activities towards this year camp, and at the same time tell us about the challenges, right? challenges in terms of manpower, in terms of materials, in terms of money, because I know to host camp, it requires a lot. It requires a lot of money, Per. So it's a pleasure tonight for you to tell the world, to tell the Lutheran communities across the globe, what are your needs? What do you need? And what can we do as a community in the communion to kind of help, to come in with all of the necessary support so that you will have the best of camp that you can host. So basically, those are the things. And our sister Nellie is on. She will be speaking to us from the diaspora perspective as it relates to resources, gallery resources, and all of those kind of a thing. And what we all can do together to help our young people the game this time around. So that's about it. Thank you. So we now cross over to you, Pat and George.
I think George can come in. If George, you are listening, you can come in. I believe your connection is a little bit more stable than the director. So speaking of the camp, why Brother George and the director, why they are trying to come in, I had a chance to visit the camp quite recently when we visited, Liberia. The team is doing a great job.
I think Willie is having some difficulties as well. Pat, did you get my question? Hello, Pat. What first? There's a whole lot of technical issues here tonight, both in the US and down of Nigeria. I see that we are having some difficulties. Pat, are you getting me? Hello, Pat. George, are you there?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, George, are you there?
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay, did you get my open question? Did you get my initial question I asked?
Yeah. I got some of the questions. But I didn't get it all the way. It didn't complete. It was
Okay,
coming
what I
back.
was saying is that we want you to quickly tell us about the online, the activities that you have in stock right now for the camp, and what are your challenges? What do you need in terms of money, in terms of material, so that you will be able to have a successful camp this year?
Okay. Thank you so much. So thank you again for the connections. We really appreciate that we can use this platform to share to the world, our Sion friends, Lutherans and non-Lutherans, those watching us about our summer camp, the camp that we really love, the camp that the young people every year wish to take. So, beginning with the manpower, in order to get camp successful, we will firstly need camp directors. We firstly need camp directors. We need counselors. We need trained counselors because it is on the shoulders of those counselors and the directors that our camp become a success. With our counselors and the camp directors, we don't have a successful camp. So we plan is to have a counselor training for our counselors um, in collaboration with the camp directors who we have talked to, and they have agreed to host or lead our camp this year. So in order to get to camp this year camp successful, we must firstly have uh, the camp counselors training put in place. So that's number one. In order to get started or to have a successful camp, you must firstly have the training manpower. Um, so with activities on our list this year, with our activities have increased based on the innovations of some of our senior friends, some the leadership and our consultant as well. So our activities for camp this year has increased. Um, so firstly on our list, as usual, we'll have bio studies on camp. Bio studies on camp. We'll have a lecture series. Hopefully, at most one or two lectures. We'll have the art and crafts where people go to. We our counselors will guide the campus um, to do to do production of art and craft materials. Um, Also, we will the sporting activities have increased based on the increase in the facilities that we have there now. So the number of sporting activities will increase this year's camp. Um, yeah, as we all know, the rebuilding process is still ongoing. So we'll have a working session hopefully that we can do some work there while the young people are there to making sure that the reconstruction of Kankepi continues. Yeah, those are just some of the major activities we hope to have for this year or at this year's summer camp. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Pat, do you want to contribute to that?
Yeah, I want to first of all start by saying thanks to the senior friends in that of Willie and others that have provided a platform for the young people to be reached everywhere. Just as George is saying, camp is very loaded with activities, and you were talking about what are some of those materials or even maybe funding that we will need for this camping. It is true that camping is very fine for the life of the young people in Liberia. As you see it, the enthusiasm of the young people have increased. As such, we want to add flavor every year to what we have started. George talked about the art and craft. The art and craft is really helping most of our young people that when they come at camp, they learn these things and they get home. They don't have to be floating on the street looking for money or baking. They are seated home and they are applying what they learn at camp. And as such, majority of them are very moved to go to camp. Camp is very interesting, but finances have become the problem. We want to do more, but we can't reach out to many because of financial constraints. So even having us on this kind of a platform where we can be heard, I think it's another new done. And I hope that many out there can also listen to us and they can come to the aid of the young people that we can have them in a society like this.
Wonderful, wonderful, Pat. You talk about activities increasing. Though George tried to outline a little bit of that in terms of having Bible studies, having sporting activities. What other extra activities are you actually talking about that those who listening to us and those that have been to camp and those that have never been to camp even can kind of capture in their mind and begin thinking about it that will motivate them and attract them to the coming camp? What other extra activities?
Let's look out for basketball. We have not had basketball at camp. If you now see our basketball court, it's up to date. We are adding tennis, lawn tennis. They
Wow.
are, yeah, the children playground. You can now see that the children, why they are there, while the older ones are in section, they are seated there sometimes sleeping. But at camp this year, we now have the children playground. Why sometimes some lecture series are going on that the children cannot participate, we take them there and they are carrying on some recreation and just make them to feel at home.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Pat. Are you going to do a bit of hacking? You know?
Sure, sure. That's one of the things that we are trying to uphold the Vera bushes around us. Because for hiking, like what most of the children observe at the time in Salai, there are some of them that have not seen even what we call cassava tree. So we are trying to preserve these things that they can be able to see them, not only hearing about them. So hiking is one of those that we are carrying out. It's like almost like a whole day. It's like a whole day
Mm.
because it's like from the morning up to almost 1 to 2 o'clock, and they are all going in various directions. We have natural natural reliefs in the area. You see sceneries, you see the river, you see it lot of new areas we are discovering that can even make the campus more motivated that it will be moved to see this area. Sure.
Wonderful. I come back to you, George. You talk about you and Per. You talk about camp will be overly loaded this year. Approximately how many campus are you expecting this year?
The numbers with the information coming from parishes, from districts, um, about the interest of the young people who want to attend camp. We are hoping that we can get at least 350 campus, uh, at most 400 campus. That is our anticipation.
That's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
That's
So
huge. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
So Reverend talked about something I want to make a more little emphasis when it comes to the art and crafts. So this year we thought to have it in an organized form, so that everyone going on camp will have something specific there to do. And when you're coming from there, you'll be specialized, or if you'll be at your best in doing certain things. So all of those concerning art and crafts, all of those activities that are in the art and crafts. If you register on camp, if for example you want to do bear making, you will be learning bear making until you leave on camp. If you want to learn how to do the bracelets, we're gonna make sure that you learn it at your best. If you want to be if you want to do, for example, because we also thought to add something like a keyboard, a music department, to have people who got interest in playing the keyboard, learning the drum. So if you want to do drum, you want to do the keyboard, you for the 1 week, you're gonna be learning keyboard or learning the drum until you leave from there. So that when you come from there, you're not just coming from there that to say that you participated, but you come from there with something. Yeah. And
Wonderful.
another thing we
Okay. Before my colleagues come in, yeah, George, you were in a speech. Before
yeah.
my colleagues come in, there's a question I want to quickly ask you before we slip out of this. I want you
All
to
right.
tell us what is your total budget? How much money do you need to host the camp this year?
So but our proposed budget, we are in a tune of 6,000 575 United States dollars.
Wow. And
Yeah.
all of this amount, how much have you received
And,
already?
and out of this amount, we still it was interesting that we still stand uh, 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 65 to 70% that we need to look for.
That's a
65 to
lot.
70%. Yeah,
That's a
of that
lot.
amount.
That's a lot. And what is the hope? Why your expectation? Where do you think you're going to get this kind of money from?
Our our expect
You're talking about almost $5,000 more money remaining to raise.
our expectations that Lutherans and senior friends and even ourselves, our young people, will contribute to that budget.
Okay.
If you see the contribution from the young people to the budget is about 40 to 45% from the young people ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That comes from registrations and all those kind of a
exactly.
thing.
Registrations. Yeah.
I understand a campus supposed to pay like 1,000 Liberian dollars.
In total, we want to have a package system this year. So the package want to carry your t-shirts, your registration, um, a handband, and a sticker, which is around 2,200. A little,
2,200.
little,
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay. If I
yeah.
do the math on that 2,200, you're just
So
talking
fifteen
about maybe
dollars.
around $15. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
fifteen
well,
dollars. $15.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That's a lot. So if you talk about the young people themselves raising about 30 to 40% of the budget out of $6,500. Then you stand to raise up to like 4,000 plus United States dollars between now to December 25th. Am I right?
Absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So
Okay. Now, Willett, I guess you want to come in, but let me quickly cross over to Nellie to just give on an overview as it relates to what is happening to her side. For those of you who don't know, Nellie Beyan-Olabige is one of our she's one of the senior friends who passed through the ranks and files of this department, and she carried the departments in her heart. She carried in her heart wherever she goes. She demonstrated that. She demonstrated that on too many occasions, and she's still doing that. So, Nelly, we come over to you. We cross over to you.
Thank you, my fellow LYFers, for the opportunity to be on this show. Can you guys hear me?
Sure.
Can you can you hear me?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, all right. I just want to make sure. Well, once on LYF, always on LYF. Age does not even
Great.
stop you from being on LYF. So, and this organization means a lot to all of us, or most of us.
okay, so while Cincinnati is coming in,
Mm.
she's actually traveling. She's actually traveling home. She actually got the time a little bit mixed up. So she thought that the time was going to be 3 p.m. her time, but the time is actually 3 p.m. Eastern time and 2 p.m. Central time. So
Okay.
unfortunately, she's traveling right now. She's going to get back to us. But quickly, I'll just go over a few things and to the viewing audience that you find out today. I'm not really, taking a lead in questioning because yeah, you can try to get yourself situated, Sis Nelly, and then we will get back to you. So in 2001, um,
So you guys
uh,
cannot hear me?
go ahead, go ahead. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
much better. Much better, Nelly.
Okay. So in 2011, my son Wade, when he came
All right, like I said quickly, that she is actually traveling and
was organized, and then for that meeting, we decided that there are many activities, so many programs that the NLYF has organized, but we cannot support all of your projects. We cannot support all of these programs because we all have our own responsibilities here in the as well as back. And so we decided specifically support national LYF that I know that did not go to camp, that did not enjoy camp. And so we decided in 2011 going forward, that's the project we're going to support. And I think we have been doing that with the exception of last year was the only year we did not
Mhm.
send any financial contribution for the camp due to COVID-19. That we are discussing about our financial contribution this year, and hopefully we should be able to send to the National Youth this year. Are you guys there?
yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's just like you are coming a bit broken. You kind of
Yeah,
breaking
it's
up.
broken.
Yeah.
I am so
So
sorry. I told Willie that driving other states, so I'm really trying my best. The connection is poor, but very soon.
Yeah, so
Okay.
for those of you who actually did not really get well, the message is that in 2011 we the idea came about, and the idea was bought by a majority, if not all, of us here in the U.S. and Canada. Specifically, we decided to give back to our fellowship, the fellowship that we all and the young people of the Lutheran Church in Liberia um, have gone through and what the organization meant to us. So we decided, we said, like you said, that there are so many projects that the young people are undertaking, but one specific one that we all decided and agreed upon was the NLYF camp. We all This is an event that brings together. Some people may not go for the convention, but they always pray for that opportunity to attend camp. And I'm very, very much excited that the youth this time around, they have added other activities. Um, and like you heard the President George Mulbah mention that within their own weak ways, they will be able to contribute up to 35% towards the budget. How can we support the young people to raise the remaining 65%? And we're talking about in few weeks to raise the rest of the 65%. So that's wherein Sis Nellie of the group, the Friends of LYF, that's Friends of the Lutheran Youth Fellowship in the diaspora, have thought it wise to come together and put some resources together and send our annual contribution. And speaking of the Friends of LYF in the diaspora, I just got to even remember that today, let's say this year is our 10th anniversary. So we really want to thank God for that and for the young people. But I have a question that to the director and the president. Um, what if, the 65% is not realized? That is just a what if. I know that we are people of faith. We have faith in God. We know we've been there before. We went to camp in Buchanan. We were coming back and we got stuck on Buchanan Highway. We know that experience. So what if?
Okay, you are asking what if? And just as you said, as Lutheran, we have faith in God that God does it all for us. We are fully and wholly depending on God. If we can't even raise the 65%, but with the enthusiasm from the young people, I know camp can still be successful.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
we know with God all is
Can you
possible.
guys
We
hear me?
know.
Yeah, go ahead, Sis Nelly. We hearing
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, go ahead,
So
Nelly. We are getting you
with,
now.
with that question being asked, I want to make a special appeal to all of our former LYFers in Canada, in the United States, in Europe, wherever you are. Let us rally our arms around these young people to raise the money that they need for a successful camp. We know that the impact that camp has in our lives, and if Liberia is to change, if the Lutheran Church is to go forward, the Lutheran Church in Liberia is to go forward, it depends on the young people. And the young people cannot grow spiritually, morally, and become leaders of the church without our support in these kind of programs. So I'm sending out a special appeal wherever you are. If you are listening to this program, even in Liberia, there are still former LYFers in Liberia. Let us please, I'm kind appealing to all of us. Let us please give this these young people the opportunity to go to camp. Please deep down into your pockets, into your wallets, into your handbags, and contribute whatever God lays on your heart or whatever you can afford, please.
Thank you so much, Nellie. Thank you so much. Thank you for that appeal. And we hope that the message, we hope that the message is resonating very well. All many like Liberians, all many Lutherans, those who pass through the ranks and fights of this church, they know what it meant to go to camp. The time may look very short, but it's a time for change. Whenever you go to camp, you never remain the same. I've
No,
always
you
told
No,
people
never.
this. Yeah, you
no.
may have just maybe 5 or 7 days. That is something special that everyone who goes to camp come back home with. And
Yeah.
whatever you take for camp, it has the power of changing your life for the better, of changing the lives of your parents better, of changing the lives of your parents and your communities, your school, and your country. So that's the kind of way we kind of realize the importance of camp. You know, camp and schools are two different things. In school, mostly people are focused more or less on academic activities, but I camp where we interface each other. It is where the real things happen. And we're talking about human relationships and learning. So that's why we strike so much. So people who miss camp, I would say sometimes it makes half of their life, but it's never late. It's never late. So, gentlemen, we come back to you, Pat, Reverend Pat, and George. You were talking about unique counselors, unique camp directors. I know that this church has trained a lot of young people. In fact, since the ESCA program, international program started, of which I'm one of the beneficiaries. I was a international camp counselor at Camp Mulbah in 2004, and several others went before me and after me. What message do you have for them tonight, George and Pat?
Thank you, Abel. Let me start maybe the precedent we're in. Once a Lutheran, always remain a Lutheran. Once a youth, remain a youth. No one makes this church better than we can do. So, like you, since you serve the young people up to present, you are still serving them as one of them. Like Nellie, like Dede and others. So we are calling on all youth, be it senior or even ecumenical friends, to come to the need of the young people. If the church is to survive, if the church is to be transformed, let us start transforming the young people. The church needs everyone. The youth needs everyone, especially those senior friends. Let us give back to the young people. Let us give back to our fellowship, the fellowship that made us to be who we are today. As I speak, I know what it means to be a youth. I know what it means to go to camp. So where I am today to be a pastor, I know it was the young people that made me to be a pastor. So in serving them, I should serve them with that enthusiasm. I should serve them with my whole mind. So I think the young people, the senior friends, we can give back to this fellowship, and this fellowship can make this church a vibrant place for everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. George, are you there?
All right. So while we're waiting on George to come in, I was just doing my little calculation in the background. So we're talking about the
Excuse
young
me.
people are going to be able to raise the amount of 2,600, and we are looking at 3,900. Okay, we are looking at the amount of 3,900, and we are, like we said about fit, we know that this is going to be achieved. We went down this route before, and we know that at the end of the day, come what may, in December, we are going to go to camp. I went on a campsite. Okay, I visited a campsite. I visited St. Reed Lutheran Church. Look, the young people, they are so much creative. I sat in this open edifice, I would say, which of course I had a picture of that. I would just project it on the screen so everyone can see. The young people need our help. They need our help. This is $3,900 for all those that are watching right now and those that will be watching later. Mr. President, Mr. Director, and to our big sister, uh, Nellie, how can people who are going to be watching this program later, how can they reach out to you? How can they say, look, I am not a Lutheran, but I am a sympathizer of youth work. I love youth work. I love for youth to go to camp. How can they reach out to you?
So,
Can you post our group that we organize to generate the funds on this forum, so that people can know what we are doing? Because we also have, if you want to contribute, we have a group that we organize to generate funds for the NLYF this year. And you can also do your contribution to Witty or to me or Sis Data. Sis Data is the one who is whose cash app we are using to make the contribution. So if you are listening on this forum, again, we are all appealing to all of us, be it in the diaspora, be it in Liberia, Canada, Europe, wherever you are. And I know ecumenicism has played a major role in the NLYF. So you don't have to be a Lutheran, but our Methodist friends, our Baptist friends, our Episcopalian friends, the Liberian Council of Churches, those are people I remember very well. We used to appeal to, we used to contact to sponsor our annual camp. So it has not, it has not stopped. You have seen the life have changed through some of us, and we'll continue to appeal to you guys to do the same for this present generation. That generation is so different from my generation, and if we are to change this present generation, we have to change our attitude to the diaspora, just more to different attitudes of the church.
Thank you so much, Nelly. Thank you very much for that clarity. I see some questions pulling in here. Somebody is asking, how do we help them to reach this milestone? I think you just heard from Sis Nelly. Those in the diaspora, especially in the US and Canada, I think Willie will be putting some information up here later. Our sister, Dete Gabriel, who has also been very influential in this process in terms of support. They will be putting all the information as to how you can channel your contributions to them. And for us in Liberia, you have the central office right on 13th Street. We're going to share some number here, the director number, the president's number. Those of you that can reach up to them to make your contribution towards camp, you'll be most welcome. For us senior friends, we'll also be putting our number up here, maybe on mobile money, that we did some years by raising money to support the young people. Bear strike a very important point. He's calling on all former Lutheran youth who went through the ranks and files of the department to go this year. It can even be one day. You just spend a day with the campus to provide some services, most especially for those of us who benefited, from this international summer camp. In fact, the essence of that international summer camp is for Liberian Lutherans to gain better experience about camping ministry there in America and other places and come back home to serve. I remember quite a number of people, a lot of people. I remember then. I remember the Alexander Blackie, who also went as an international camp counselor, Johnson Weir, Annie Topa. I remember Dr. Sana. I mean, there's just good number of them.
Nellie,
Yeah, Bennett and a couple of them. wherever you are, this year, let us turn up. We know everyone is busy. Wherever you are, just put in your time. It can be 1 or 2 days. It can even be half day. I mean, come to camp. Let the people feel your presence. Let the young people feel your presence. There's a way we kind of are going to do the motivations and getting more and more young people coming on board. George, are you still there? George?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. So I was looking at the training aspect of this entire process. How are you guys going to do the training? As because the success of a camp depends 100% on the quality of counselors that you have. How are you going to do this training? When is the training held? When are you having the training for the counselors?
Yeah, so the training is slated for the third week in December. That is from the 17th to the 19th. And we hopefully want to have it at Kankakee. So one of the major challenges now we have it is how to get those counselors that are coming from Lofa, those that are coming from Bonkante, from Mororo, from Bapodu, to get them for the training and then back. Yeah, that is what we are working on now. But at is that is the challenge we face to get our counselors at the campsite or at the training site.
Is
Okay,
the
and how many?
NLYF
And the counselor we have, the list of counselors we have now this year is 30 counselors, excluding the camp directors.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. And how many days are you going to take for training this year?
We actually want to have a 2 days training, 2 days training.
Wonderful. Okay, I want to cross over to the other issues quickly. Before my sister Nellie will come in and will. I visited camp just about 2 weeks ago when the Advantage University students had their field trip. I saw approximately like 7 cabins that have been constructed so far. I know there are a lot of work still need to be done. Would you mind telling us some of those outstanding work that we need to do between now and the time of camp and even after the camp? What are some of those things that you currently have in stock?
You came in broken. I didn't get you all the way.
Okay, what I was saying is that I was at a camp just about 2 weeks ago, and I saw like 7 cabins, and I saw other cabins are not yet completed. My question is, uh, what are the plans towards better preparation between now and the 25th, 26th of December, and even after the camp? What are some of those outstanding work that you still have to do to bring this camp to a full upliftment?
Yeah. So with the number of campus we are expecting, we still having the fear and worry about our accommodations, the lodging. So currently we have two unfinished cabins that are there. So our worry is how to get those cabins at least at 50% 50% to 60% of readiness in order to accommodate our campus. So we actually need to do more work on the two cabins. If not, then we'll have to look out to rent tents to add to the additional to the already five completed cabins that we have there.
Wonderful. And I know that also entails a lot of money. Is that budget part of the $6,500 budget that you previously talked about?
No, no, the work is not included in
Oh,
that budget.
And where do you plan to take this other money from, which is a pre-preparations to camp?
Hello,
Are you there, George?
I didn't get the question. The last question.
Yeah. I was talking about you have too much to do before the start of camp, and I said the question I asked was whether that was part of the total of 6,500, and I think Pat said no. My question is, where are you going to take the additional money from to do this preparation?
So you sometimes we borrow money to do some of the work. So we are actually hoping that we can borrow some money if the or if we can find someone to borrow the money from to do some other work. If not, like I said, then we'll have to go for the tents.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I know we are speaking. I know we are speaking about the we are speaking specifically today on camp, but equally so we cannot divulge Camp KP, which is the site of where we will be, or the venue where the camp will be taking place. Um, if someone out there, a goodwill person out there, or a Lutheran out there, will ask a question, how much does it cost to construct a camp from foundation to roof level?
A cabin.
So
A
to
cabin.
to
Yeah.
yeah to complete a full cabin
Hmm.
is 13,324 United States dollars. thirteen
Okay.
Mm.
thousand two hundred and 34 United States dollars. That inclusive of the furnitures, the mattresses.
Including the mattresses, including the furnitures, including the
Yeah,
ceiling, including painting
yeah.
and everything, to fully construct a cabin
Before the
and have it, like conducive for someone to to reside in during camp. Is
yeah,
you said
absolutely.
what was the amount again, please?
13,234 United States dollars.
Okay, okay. And so far, how many cabins have been constructed,
So
and how many cabins in total you intend to put on the site at Camp KP?
so per the plan, we should have 16 cabins.
Okay.
16 cabins to complete the rebuilding of the cabin projects. But
Okay.
currently we have five. We have five that is not to full that are not to full completion.
Mm.
But we have it has been painted. We got tile on the floor, but we don't have the furnitures for those five cabins. So we got additional two that we're still working on. Like I said, um, that we are now we have gone 40% on one, and another one we stay around 25 to 30%.
So can we say that you have only um 4 or 5 cabins right now, like to use for
We
camp?
got
Okay.
five cabins that are ready to be used for camp.
Okay.
They are ready to be used for this year's camp. Five.
Okay. And you have 11 more cabins to be constructed.
Sure.
Okay.
So
Uh,
so yeah. So we got nine more cabins. Nine plus the two that are
Much.
under construction.
Okay. All right. We will have Sis Nellie.
May
She's
I
gonna come in. She
interrupt?
wanna make a comment. Go ahead.
That's
All right. Sorry, Sis Nellie, we are not really getting you. I think you lost connection. I think the director was trying to come in. Maybe he want to provide information on the construction work currently ongoing at Camp KP. Director, it seems you are on mute.
we are here appealing for people should be the assistance needed for camp. There's no in no way am I saying that for the can keep you what we need to do is not important, but I just don't want us to confuse our audience, and I don't want us to put all of our in one bucket. Another thing that I was looking at, uh, we should not wait right around the camp time that we begin for this month, right after the camp in January, the leadership along with the director should begin planning immediately the next camp. Instead of us waiting in the middle of the year, it becomes difficult to obtain the necessary funds. So I would suggest, right, let us make it a annual habit as well. Right after every camp, the leadership along with the director begin the planning process of the next camp. And one thing that the NLYF has done that I really, really embrace is including those Sunday school age children in the camp. Most of you will testify that when we used to go to camp, there was no age division. So you will have us as adults, 18, 20 years old, along with those 12 years old kids. And, I don't think, uh, I don't think they learn a lot. Uh, but to distinguish that age group now from mm, the adults, if I should say it that way, I was really, really excited when I got to know. And I hope it's something that we can continue, that you include the Sunday school children or children younger than, 18 or 19 or 20, so that their activities will be different from this other age group, and we will make more impact in their lives at that very young age, because you start to nurture the tree when it is very young. You don't wait for the tree to be grown before you start to put fertilizer and everything around it. So that's another thing that was very, very impressive. And so, again, we are still appealing to all LYFers, all ecumenical friends out there, to kindly come to our aid for camp this year. And you also hear about the rebuilding of Camp KP. If you want to also contribute, not if you want, but we also need money for that. So if you can contribute towards that, that would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. So please rally around us to make sure that we give our young people um the another just beautiful experience of their life that they will never forget, even as they approach their 50 birth anniversary. Like some of us are now 500, but we never forget those beautiful, wonderful experiences that we had at camp, that we had in the NLYF, and it has molded us into who we are today. It has given us the strength. It has given us the leadership skills. It has given us just so many gifts that we are administering out there to people. So if you are listening on this forum, please come to our aid, and we want to give a big gratitude to all of those who have been with us since 2011 in the diaspora, contributing to such a worthy cause. Let us not stop. Let us continue, because the annual camp is an annual process, on the annual project, and I'm sure they will consistently need our assistance as well.
All right, again, want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nelly. We know time is fast spent when it comes to youth work, when it comes to the organization NLYF. This is something that we can go on for the next 5, 6, 7 hours, and I mean, but we still gonna have time again to have the team come back in so we can discuss Camp KP. They are doing a wonderful and a great job there. So at this time, we're going to give the opportunity to those who are watching. You can send us your comments, and also you can call in. The numbers are right there to call. You can call in, and if you have questions for, if you have any question for our guest, our studio guest, you can ask your questions. Our brother George Y. Mulbah Jr. He is the president of the National Lutheran Youth Fellowship. And also our director is here, Director Ped Nazo, the Reverend Ped Nazo. And also um, our big sister, our mother, Nellie Beyan. And today she has to pronounce her last name so we get it right, please.
You guys just go with Nellie and that's fine.
I
Last
love
name
that. I
is
love that.
good.
Well, I'm struggling with the name, but I want to learn it. I need to learn this name.
It's Olabige.
Olabike. There you go.
Olabike. Okay.
Olabike. So we got it right.
Olabike.
So please, if you have your questions, if you have comments, please call in. Please call in to contribute. You can call in to pledge because we need 3,900 United States dollars. I want to clarify that. 3,900 United States dollars. We need that amount for camp this year. And we have just barely a few weeks from now. I would say like 3 weeks from
Yeah.
now, we should be going to camp. So please, like sis Nellie recommended, I think the national leadership is going to take this into serious consideration. We shouldn't wait for market day to fatten the pig. We should start doing it from, you know, we should start doing it from as early as January, February, maybe even March. We can start doing it from March and then set a timetable that at least, those who will want to attend camp can also start to save. Even the Liberian method of saving, the common Liberian method of saving, even Susu, I can put in a little bit, even if the amount is like 3,000 Liberian dollars. But I can start contributing like 400 every month or 500 every month. By December, I've already paid. So I think that advice is well in place. And for those again that are watching, you can send your comments, and because we have a few more minutes for our guests in studio today. Brother Lewis.
Okay. Okay. Well, there's a call. I think there's a call.
7.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, I'm getting you. Hello. Go ahead.
This is
Okay. No.
Okay. I see as a former youth president of St. Peter's Parish. I'm going to contribute the amount of people you have.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nuwo. Thank you so much.
I
George.
will run the national office to send a mobile money number.
Uh-huh.
So we'll contribute to the camp.
Thank you. What's your
Thank you
name?
so much, Nuwo. That was Nuwo Kennedy, and he contributed 50 United States dollars. Josh and Pep, please take note of that. Thank you so much, Nuwo. We highly appreciate it.
Thank you,
so
Noah.
much, Brother
Let's
Nuwo.
have
Thank
other
you.
people calling in, please. Call in. We are waiting for your call, please.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please place in your call. I think one of the reasons for us tonight is to kind of raise awareness and to raise the necessary support that these young people need to have a successful camp this year for our kids. The
And
numbers are there. You can
if
put
you
in your
don't call, expect to receive a call.
I love that.
Yeah. We are here to raise. We are here to raise. So right now we need $3,850. $3,850. We already have $50. We need a 3,900. So now we need 3,850. We want to say thank you to our brother Newell. Because of this fundraising aspect, brother Lewali and the rest of the team, can you allow us just to go a few minutes above the time so that we can try to raise some money intended for this youth work?
So may I
While
come in,
we're
please?
doing that, let's talk about some of our great experiences. Maybe that will motivate people to
Oh no,
call in
absolutely. Why the calls are coming in?
contribute.
Yeah, why the calls are coming in?
You are very right.
I joined this fellowship, my twin sister and I, at the tender age of 16. And I'm telling you, I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start one. Because when you talk about the National Lutheran Youth Fellowship, you talk about my life. You talk about my personality. You talk about my character. You talk about my leadership skills. Everything who I am. My parents did a wonderful job raising us. But the NLYF also like amended the values that our parents placed in us. I remember waking up like 6 a.m. That's one thing I didn't like about camp because I love to sleep in. But waking up early in the morning to do our morning exercise, running and doing jumping jacks and all of that. Maybe that's where that passion to take care of ourselves, maybe that's where it came from. Because as we are getting older now, there's health issues to be concerned about. And so that passion to take care of ourselves, to at least get involved in some kind of exercise routine, maybe it came from camp. Because I remember that 6 a.m. waking up to do some morning exercise. And one of the the activity, not activities per se, but the ladies, young girls taking a bath or shower in a creek. I would never forget. Young girls just gather together and taking their shower and laughing and talking. I would never forget. There was an experience at I think it was at Millsburg. uh we had a camp at Millsburg, and we have gone to the creek to shower. And
One second, Omar. I got a caller on the line. I have a caller on the line.
let's go right ahead, take that call.
Yeah, this is the president, the former president of the National Lutheran Youth Fellowship. Go ahead, brother Jerome Jala. Brother Jala, are you there?
Okay, well, I want to say thank you for the process. And yeah, I'm here. Are you getting me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to say thank you for the process and greetings to my big sister, Nellie, and to the studio guests. So we are happy that you have started the process. We have always been supportive to the youth work. So we're going to make our contribution to the youth president and that of the director. So we'll start an initial contribution of $30. Yeah, that we're going to give around the 15th of next month. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jerome.
Brother Jala was
Thank
with
you.
us in studio just 2 days ago. He expanded on a lot of the work that he did during his administration and some of the things that he hopes that this leadership will achieve. And again, he clearly stated that he has so much confidence in this leadership because of what the current those that are on the team. A lot of them work along with him. So again, brother Jay, I want to say thank you very, very much for taking the call, and we say God bless you and send our regards to your wife and family.
Thank you, smart brother. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I just traveled from.
Thank you so much, JJ.
Okay.
With the leadership, and we went for the Upper Lofa Youth Convention.
Yes.
So yeah, it's been back and forth.
Okay. Yeah. But thank you so much, brother Jala. Thank you so much, brother Jala. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have $80 now. Come on,
You have
people.
$80.
Come on.
Again, if you don't call in, you should expect a call.
May I come in, please?
Yes, go ahead, John.
Hello?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
John.
may I come in shortly?
Yes.
Yeah. So just to register the my appreciation also to Reverend Siakwa Davis, who contributed $50 United States dollar last night through the support of our Sion sister Nellie. So we already have $50 in cover. I was sent by Reverend Siakwa Davis. We
So
really
that
appreciate it.
$50 is part of the fundraising we are doing Sequoia reached out to me and said I think he's in Australia or Europe, I don't know. But he was not able to send his contribution through Cash App that we are using, that is Cash App. And he asked me if he can
Mhm.
do mobile money, and I said yes. So I reached out to uh small brother George and said, you know, do we have mobile money? Who do we send the funds to? And he gave me his information. So that $50 for the Josh, please mark it uh, in line with what we will send after our fundraising is completed, please. Thank you, Sequoia,
Okay,
and
thank you.
everybody else. I think I'm not too sure. We probably have raised around 350 or $400. And my LYF was in the diaspora. We heard the budget. We were told what the budget is, and we have done our best. But I think we can do more than that. This is, let's try our best as hard as we can. If we can raise 1,500 for camp this year, that would be very, very wonderful. And I know we can raise this amount through the power of God. So please go on that group that we organize, do your contribution, or you can call Sis Dada, you can call Brother Elijah, you can call my son Willie, you can call me, and please make your contribution. The deadline is December 1st, which is next week, Wednesday, right around the corner. Please make your contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nelly. And for those of us in Liberia, there are a couple of ways you can help. Like Noah just share in 50 United States dollars. Many of you listening to us, even after this podcast, you can contact the president, the director, or any members of the committee of the upcoming camp to make a contribution. There are several ways you can help. You don't necessarily have to give money. You can bring rags, you can bring oil, you can bring cube, you can bring fish. Whatever you bring is going to be matched. The value will be matched against the dollar, and then that's the way we're kind of going to reduce the budget as it keeps coming. Okay. So Nelly was sharing her experience and was like jumping up, but she didn't finish. So I think we give you the chance to just wrap up with those beautiful experience that you're just bringing out.
Yeah, so in Millsburg, I think it's Millsburg. We were a group of us girls. We were at the creek, taking our shower, and with my frisky self, I have gone. I don't know how to swim at all. I have gone in the middle of the river or whatever, and taking my shower and try to think that I can swim. I started to drown. I started to go deep into the river or whatever. And Nelly, who does nobody takes us serious because those days you are always joking and always messing around. I have my hands all waving and yelling that I'm drowning. And everybody's there looking at me and say, "Oh, that's Nelly again." I'm like, "No, I'm serious." And all of a sudden, I don't know where my twin sister came from.
Hmm.
She too couldn't swim. She just jumped into that river, and then finally our friends were able to see, oh, this is really serious. And then they came around this one to help me and cut me out all of that river or whatever. So it is a scary experience when you guys going over there to bathe in the creek or the river. Be careful out there. Don't act too frisky like Nelly. Just don't go to the deep part of it. Just go to the little shadow part and take your shower, or best of all, put the water in the bucket and shower. That experience was very, very scary for me. So don't try it if you cannot swim. Even if you can swim, be very, very, very careful.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
and,
So
and and that's one of the thing we usually strike at camp. I remember some years back we introduced what we call risk management. Risk management is a very essential component of the staff training, because I mean our ultimate goal is at the end of the day we should be able to protect the lives of all of the campers so that they return home to their parents without a strike mark on their hands. So Race management is quite important, and I believe Pat Nasus is very blessed with this. I know that would be taught again at this year counselors training. So Nelly, thank you so much for striking that. Whether
No,
you were
I just wanted to point quickly. Speaking of experience, when we had a camp in Buchanan, on our way back, initially while going, we couldn't use our bus, our open air bus, the truck, the LCL truck. So we had to rent. The leadership had to rent some buses. So we went to Buchanan. On our way back, the truck, we got news that the truck was repaired. So when the buses, the buses that were chartered, we told the bus drivers, "Go, we don't want you. We want our open air bus." And the church, LCL, did send the truck to us. We got on the truck, and while on our way, uh, we got the truck broke down again, right? On
Those
Buchanan
trucks
Highway.
are always breaking down. They were always breaking down on
So yeah, so the truck broke down, and as God will have it, the truck broke down not too far from a church. So we went and slept in this church. I don't know if it was a Methodist church, it was some community church. We slept in, we slept on the floor. The next day, the leadership formed cassava, and then I think one of the former um politicians or so, I think he passed now. It happened that he was traveling, going to Buchanan way, and we saw this. Oh, he stopped some of the cars that were going to Buchanan. They were empty, so he put some of us on those cars. And I think at the time, same brother Abel was the president, and he managed to go on the compound. And according to the information, his display got the bishop to line up all of the looting vehicles straight.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was overly emphasized, you
Yeah, it
know.
was overly emphasized. So all of
Yeah,
the LCL vehicles were made available. You can talk about any LCL program, the vehicles
yeah,
were made available. So literally, it's like 2% to a car, because like all of the cars went there, they were in
yeah,
use. It's like an emergency.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's
Yes.
yeah.
wonderful.
So yeah, they
That's
got there.
I,
Yeah,
I, I mean, I mean, I
that
mean,
was
the
my
bishop,
experience.
the bishop canceled all of the work that day,
Oh,
and you could see Lutheran World
yes.
Federation car land up.
Lutheran World
Everybody going to
Federation,
pick up.
yeah.
LCL,
Yeah,
The
trauma
Lutheran Church in
healing,
Liberia
just
has
everywhere.
yeah,
always been a strong support of the youth department or any activities that the youth is engaged in, and so we are blessed. We are thankful to have them. But sorry, really, for interrupting you. I know our youth director said something that really touched me. So you don't have to contribute through cash. Most of our young people who are coming from the hinterland or the rural areas, um, you know, whatever you have there, if you have planted your cassava, if you have corn, whatever, if you have palm oil, um, I know, whatever you can sell and contribute, or if you cannot sell the products, if you want to contribute those products, we can either sell them to generate funds, or we can use them to feed our young people. And camp is another place where they push people united to satisfy hunger. Push can really come into existence at camp. People can eat like crazy. So if you cannot contribute the real cash, but if you have any food stuff, uh, even live chicken, you want to bring chicken, we'll take anything, because the young people need to be fed, and the feeding part of the budget is usually one of the most expensive components of the budget. So whatever you can contribute, please do. And still speaking of contribution, we over here, some of us, we have connection. Some of you usually ship things to Liberia. So we heard the president talking about materials in terms of mattresses, chairs, or whatever. If you are shipping anything to Liberia, please remember Camp KP. We are in the rebuilding process. If you can donate a mattress, a laptop, a chair, it will be greatly appreciated, and that will drastically reduce the budget for the rebuilding process. So whatever you can do, please, please help us out.
Thank you so much, Nellie. I think you strike a very important point. Sometimes we want to look at the material benefits of everything, but there are just a lot that can place up because even if we have the money, we will still have to buy food, and to get food, we need oil, we need plenty, we need cassava, maybe for breakfast and other things. So whatever you can come with it. I mean, that would be wonderful. If you can contribute gasoline for the generator, for the branding of the generator, that would be good. I learned from the director and the former president that they are even turning to install solar panels on the campus. You know, people in the diaspora, if your hand can lay on any of those things, put it up here to the guys, and they would be very glad to receive it. And that is how we're going to make the camp more lively. Maybe time is kind of fast spent. We may go around to everyone at one point, maybe to give their parting comment. But before then, I wanted to ask you, Pat and George, uh, um, what kinds of strategies are you now putting into place to attract people to this camp? Because I was there 2 weeks ago, and the Advantage University students were using the campus, and they they could not just afford living because I saw all of them in this camp for joyous move, and they wanted to remain and continue having fun. Are you guys having any plan of such so that we have activities going on every day? That way, you are able to generate some local income for the sustainability of the camp. How far have you gone with that?
Yeah, so to begin with, thank you, brother, for the question.
All right.
Um,
I have a caller here, please. 1 second, please. I have a caller. 1 second, please.
okay.
All right. With me, I have live. My sister, she is a Liberian Lutheran. She is a vicar right now in training at the Lutheran Seminary. She is the administrative assistant to our bishop of the Delaware, Maryland Synod. I've been in conversation with her regarding Camp KP 2021-2022, and she is going to be speaking to the fundraising, towards the fundraising. Go ahead, Vika Soji.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Allowing me to be on this format to share just a little bit of how amazing I think this fundraiser is for our children and the opportunity that has been given to them. And it is a wonderful thing that everyone is doing, so thank you for that. I think this is a good initiative to send our youth, and this is something I will 100% support. And I know my dear brother Willie called me and asked me to send one youth on this trip, but I will go ahead and send two.
Thank you so
on this trip.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
so
much.
the gathering is a blessing, and I have children, young children, who will also be attending the gathering equivalent here in Minnesota next year, and I will be accompanying our youth in my church as an adult leader. So I know it's a wonderful experience for them. And so, yes, I'm honored to be one of the sponsors for this trip. So thank you.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You are welcome. God bless you all.
Thank you so much.
The good work. You're welcome.
So,
Okay, come back to you, Pat and George.
yeah, so like I was saying, our plan is to have to put in place a management team. The management team is going to work on the brochures for Camp KP, where we'll have all of the activities in the brochures, showing the camp to the public. As a matter of fact, it has already been dedicated, and people are always wanting to have their activities at Camp KP. So part of our plan is also to have a vocational training at Camp KP, and also to run a full camp ministry. But all of those things will work. Like the same brother said, if we have the inputs of our senior friends who benefited from the EFCA senior camp, to put their ideas together, put our ideas together to come up with something that can make these plans work. So first, like I said,
go ahead.
To establish first a management team who going to make sure all of these things, put all of these things into place.
Can I also make some suggestions? So to get the people, to get our young people in a joyous mode and to generate funds, it's not late yet, but in the future. Those are the ways that we used to generate funds when we were members of the NLYF, and I hope you guys are continuing the same process. Advertise through the radio stations, advertise through the newspaper, connect to other churches and ask them to give you 5 or 10 minutes in their worship service that you can talk about our annual camp. And again, I go back to, we should not wait almost in September or October to start this process of raising funds. When you guys get back immediately from this camp, start planning as early as January or February. So that way we will be able, enough time to raise funds, and if we fall short, then we can just focus on where we have fallen short and how we can quickly raise that amount to amend what we have collected so far. The lady who called in and is sponsoring 2 kids, we want to appeal to other parents who have the financial hand, the financial support. If you're sending your children to camp, will you please consider sponsoring another kid whose parents cannot afford? We are appealing to you. If your children have friends in the LYF who parents cannot afford, can you please consider sponsoring 1 or 2 children or their friends to also go to camp with them? So if you have the financial means, please extend a helping hand to other kids who parents cannot afford. Please.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Yeah, your
Thank you
suggestion
so much.
Your suggestion is well taken, is well considered. We can assure you that we want to work on that, on those suggestions.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think time is fast spent. We like going 1 hour 30 minutes for this podcast. At this movement, we will now go around the table and see if we can take parting comments from each of you. We'll begin with you, George, and then on to Pat, and then we stop up to our sister Nellie, and after that we will be calling it a day. So George, we come over to you. What are your parting comments? What do you want those that are following all this evening to hear, to know, and to learn about the camp? Just briefly.
Yeah, thank you, Sam, brother. So
listen, quickly before we can end, I know we'll soon be wrapping up, but from my congregation will try to sponsor at least 5 young people to go for camp this year. That's the People's Community Lutheran Church. That is at least. So any number that we can go more than that, I mean, we will inform the leadership about it. But for now, we will do 5 young people to go for the National Lutheran Youth Fellowship Camp this year.
Okay.
Wonderful. So extend our gratitude to your church with son, please.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Willie. Okay, before you came in, we're just about to wrap up, Willie.
Yeah.
So we are going around the table to get parting comment, parting statement from each of our.
Yeah, time is fast spent. Yeah.
Yeah. So
about that with George. So George, we are back.
Yeah. Thank you. So as I was saying, I want to say thank you again for creating this avenue, this platform that we can share the our plans and our hope for summer camp to the public. We really appreciate. We really appreciate. Our message can go as far as anywhere in the world. So camp, as we all may be aware, is meant to it's meant for fellowship and also to mold the minds of the young people who are the future generation of our church. So in order to get the church surviving, we must have the kids and the young people, the young generation being molded. So as such, we will always have camp. We will always want to improve on camp and make camp a place that every young person, every child will want to go and learn new things and become a better person in the society. So this year's camp, we can show you that we want to do our best. We are putting everything in place with the help and support of every Lutheran, everyone listening to us, that this year camp will be a successful one. Thank you so much. We really appreciate, and words are just not able to express. Thank you.
Thank you so much, George. Bear, cross over to you.
Reverend Nazo, you're on mute.
Is he on mute? Is Bear on mute? There's no sound. Bear, we are not hearing you. Willie, are you getting Bear?
No, I'm not getting Pat right now. Director Nazo, we are not getting you.
We're not hearing you, Bear.
Okay, it seems like he's having some audio.
Yes, I think so. I think so. Apparently he doesn't know that we are not getting him.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Nellie will cross over to you. I think we're going to mute Naso until we can get things straightened up. So we'll go over to you, Sis Nellie.
I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to gather this evening to generate funds for NLYF Camp 2021. And I also want to extend my appreciation to the president, the youth director, the leadership, and the entire department of our Noble Fellowship, the National Lutheran Youth Fellowship. To those of you in Radio Land, even after this forum, it's not late. Please, please, please make your contribution. There are many ways you can make your contribution, and we have discussed those ways. We in the diaspora in Europe, in Canada, in the US, we have established a group that we are raising funds for this year camp. You can contact me, Dada, Willie, Lopu, Elijah, and any former LYFers in the US to make your contribution. Since Dada's is the one collecting, and I think her cash app is the $. Really help me out, or you can post it. I can't remember. And so, but contact any of us to make your contribution. To those of you in Liberia, you can also contact the youth president or the director to make your contribution. And we also said your contribution doesn't have to be cash on it. Those of you in the hinterland, if you can contribute some food item to feed the campus, that would be great. You don't have to be a Lutheran also to contribute to this wonderful experience of the young people. You can be an Episcopalian, a Methodist, whoever you are. This is not only for Lutheran. We are changing the lives of this generation. We are changing the lives of this present generation. We are giving them the necessary leadership skills. We are impacting their lives so that they can take their rightful places in society. So please come to our aid. Please contribute. If you have your friends' children who parents cannot afford, you can bless them for them to also experience camp with your children. So please come to our aid. Again, guys, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Nellie. Maybe we try to bring Per back because he audio was kind of giving time let's say difficulties. Per, are you hearing us? Per, are you hearing us? I think Per has problem with his device.
Yeah. But I want to say that this yeah, he's actually trying to come in, but he's having a little. Okay, that's okay, Reverend Nazo. So I want to say that the program today again was a great success. I would say again to our audience out there. This is something that we've just started, and we are going to improve as we go by. But the information provided this evening is very, very much vital. And there are a lot of suggestions that were made. If you can sponsor, if you are sponsoring your children, or if you can sponsor a child, okay, and you know if you can sponsor a child or two children, or more, in addition to the children that you'll be sending to camp, that will be greatly appreciated. And also, if you do not have the physical cash, but you want to make contribution in kind, you can also do that. Okay, you can also do that. But and there are some the for those in the diaspora, especially for the U.S. and Canada, there is a method up here that you can pay to um you can pay to the business owner here in the US, and then they will deliver the items in Liberia, like a bag of rice. Or so, if you cannot give cash, but if you can just contribute bag of rice, or if you can contribute any soup kind towards Camp KP, not Camp KP, but Camp 2022, 2021, 2022, that would be very, very much appreciated. Um, Again, this is just the least that we can do for our people, for our congregation, for our fellowship. It's the least that we can do. Those in Liberia, we encourage you to please contribute. The cash app information, not cash app, but the mobile money. The mobile money number for Liberia is 0886 363741. And the second number is 088-1049145. Again, it's 0886-363-741 or 0881-049145. Please let us make our contribution. And even after here, you can contact Sis Nellie. You can contact Sis Nellie. She's in Nebraska. You can contact Sis Dede Gavler is in Georgia. You can also contact Sis Lopu Flomo. Lopu Flomo is in Delaware. And also you can contact me. You can also contact brother Elijah. Elijah Zina is in Minnesota. So please let us make our contribution to this great effort. And Brother Lewis, how do you see this program today, and our programs to come?
Well, that is really wonderful. As I said the other time, that we are kind of gearing in every time we appear on this show. We continue to add new flavor that we kind of speak value to our listening audience out there. Most especially the topics on our discussions today is part of my heart because as Sis Nellie regularly said, that is the place we all pass. That is where some of us learn how to do public speaking. That is where we learn a great deal about the Lutheran Church in Liberia. That is where we came across friends from different parishes and different communities. I fully remember in 1989 my first experience with Camp KP, and I could not wait for the chicken to crow up the next day. And from that time up to present, camp had really formed part of my life. Because I camp, you see so much of cooperation, respect. You learn a lot about moral values and all of those kind of a thing. As I say, it's a two different thing from school. At school, we are mostly focused on academic activities, except once in a while where we come for extracurricular activities. But at camp, it's about human interactions, it's about creativities and innovations, it's about molding and building friendship. So I carry this with me to the extent that when I was thinking about establishing my own nonprofit, and no other name came to my head. The first name I ever showed up was camp, and I try to
Right.
put that camp into perspective because I know what it meant to be in a camp.
Right.
There's so much. It's about hard work, commitment, and dedication. It's about honesty, sincerity, and just building up that human connections and that human relationship. So that's how I quickly came out with my organization, Camp for Peace Liberia. It all kind of generated from what we learned from Camp KB. So I can't stop talking about this. I can't end up talking about it. And I said to somebody, if I have all of the support in the world that I need to give to the Lutheran Youth Fellowship, this is my birthplace. Apart from my parents, the Lutheran Youth Fellowship is my next parents because this is where my heart, my blood, and my soul is. So it's a wonderful thing tonight talking with the director and that of the president. There are a couple of ways we can help. If you can bring the money, bring those materials that will help us. I want to speak this evening to all of my colleagues that benefited from the international summer camp, whether you are in the diaspora or you are in Liberia, make sure that you have an application to this department. Both of us went through this process, like my friend, brother Frank Carter, my friend and brother, senior brother Sonny Josh, wherever they are monitoring us. We all own an application to these initiatives. Dede Sana, Alexander Blackie, Belen, Wolo, and
Did I give them?
Dede Gabriel, Annie Tokba, Johnson Weir. I can keep naming and naming. We have left this country and gotten all of the exposures at the international scene when it comes to camping ministry. So we need to have some of the best. I want to see all of these people at the upcoming counselor training this year. Myself, despite of all of my busy schedule, I would try to take 1 or 2 days off to either be at the training of the counselors or to be at the camp, so that I try to provide some of the insight and some of the perspective that we have when it comes to camping ministry. So Willie, it's a very beautiful night, and I'm very glad that we can have these kinds of discussion.
Thank you so much. So very quickly, before we end up to our viewing audience, the program continue to become very much interesting. So again, like we said from the very beginning, this program is not for a specific individual. So we've been reach we've been talk to other people, have reached out to us, and they will be coming up on the show. So very quickly, just for this weekend, we're going to be having LCR Insight on Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to be 12 noon in Liberia. We're going to be having on Saturday, we're going to have a prime time program. This program is going to feature the People's Community Lutheran Church. People's Community Lutheran Church is going to be having a COVID vaccine hesitancy awareness workshop, and we're going to be bringing in Mother Maddie Reed Carpet. She's going to be talking about the event. Then on Sunday, our main program, we're going to be having the Reverend Moses Goba. He's going to be appearing on our show. The Sunday after that, we are going to be having Dr. Eric Gudin. He's going to be appearing on the show. He's carrying some humanitarian work. He is a Lutheran. We're going to be bringing him on the show. And we're also going to be having the Sunday after that, we're going to be having Vicar Justina Surgeon. Vicar Surgeon is a Liberian Lutheran, but in her capacity, she served as the administrative assistant to the bishop of the Delaware, Maryland Senate. So we're going to be having Vicar Justina Surgeon. She's going to be appearing on our show, and we're going to be discussing Advent. And in January, we have a list of, we're going to be discussing, we're going to be bringing Aliyah, the leadership of the Association of Liberian Lutherans in the diaspora, in the Americas, that is America, US and Canada. We're going to be having Aliyah. We are going to be having other aspirants as well, talking about the upcoming, bishopric election. So we're going to be having other aspirants too that will be coming on the show. So we just want to, inform our viewing audience that we have a long list. We have a jam-packed schedule. Please follow us. Follow us on Facebook, LYF Senior Friends, My Lutheran Connections on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter. That is My Lutheran Con, CONN, because we couldn't fit everything out there. But you just look for My Lutheran Connection on Twitter, and also on YouTube, our YouTube channel, My Lutheran Connections on YouTube. So again, with that, we want to say thank you very, very much for joining us again today, and we hope to see you. We will be coming back to you on Friday for our LCL Leaders Insight. And like we said, on Saturday, we're going to have a primetime program. Then we're going to have our flagship program on Sunday at 3 p.m. Again, we want to say thank you for being there with us. And you have a great and wonderful time.